still Haven.
It's still Haven. NRG's ready to play basically whatever you give them, whatever they can pick into the pool. In EG, it has been resurfacing a few of the maps that they haven't had come up too much. We saw Lotus
it's not a number.
Weeks, they're giving the bind.
It's not a number high
Energy,
enough,
like they had the counters for it, and now allowing the Haven back in. It seems like EG always has an answer.
Eamon, if you win tomorrow, you're shaving your hair? Wait, actually?
Starting on the defensive side. Evil Geniuses will start to get a push up here as it's going to be a very big garden battle to start things off on this pistol.
Right, EG on defense, NRG on attack.
First blood into Artis, a second one onto Victor. We're looking for the trade-off. He dashes away. Here's the support from Sewers, but it's still going to be a 2 versus 1.
Jesus.
They're low health.
Just a straight up 9-person duel. NRG managed to come out on top, but 31-47.
And it's going to keep now Boostio guessing.
He can get that damage relay from the teammates. He's going to play between his turret. So he actually has
like this a lot from NRG. Again, just cutting sounds, waiting for a push. They don't see it, creating the question marks around the map that they could have gone anywhere.
But it looks like they'll get a safe plant.
This is going to be nice though for Boostio. He's going to be here relatively early. Oh, this is really good for Boostio. Perfect. Oh, see, that was like the best opportunity, to be honest, there.
Incredibly smart.
That really was.
With being so unaware to what that lurk could be. I mean, for all
that
they
was
know,
their best
Boostio
chance.
Trailing them on long A at that point. Really smart to push through. Scale in. Energy plays it safe with the amount of health there, and they pick up a very.
We got one sheriff into it, got the 2 kills, feeling like he could splash out, and triple rifle, 2 guns that they don't mind losing.
Last time we saw this matchup, it's going to be a
heavy armor. No one wants to get eco'd.
Spread here for Energy, just to keep it all spread out.
And last time we saw Energy was probably like a month ago in EG. It has been a while. 0-3 currently on the Havens, but still want to face off against this team. I mean, it's the choice of this or Bind, right? And we know what happened on Bind last time. And AG are set up with a perfect read on C site. Crossfire set up on 3 players.
If AG can weather this storm, right, they have the video for what Bind looked like just a week ago, playing Energy. And Energy
they go close to try and hear the Killjoy util, and then they know if the Killjoy util's not here, then it's potentially this setup. That's what it felt like.
With the aggression the Energy just saw towards A.
Here, like a turret here, maybe. Maybe that's the other setup they like to do.
Nobody to break that drone, so he's just looking for a pick. Dashes away, low on HP. I mean, the drone's been there.
Yep.
Catching Demon 1 and 4K. Artist even catching Jogimo.
This is nice.
Now we're weakening up the site, but Crossfire still there on those players.
Ooh.
Nice little
wait, that's a rifle.
And that's Ethan getting the assist off the fault line.
Yeah, I was going to say good fault line there just to stop everything short.
30 seconds left.
Kind of threw him the gun, but they get away with the rifle.
A little pickup. Ethan might be able to get to
I think Boostio should have swung heavier and faster here once he knew it was a rifle.
Cross pass, but it's face to face against Finesse. Timing is going to be good enough at least to take control of A site and the plant to come down. Flooding in already are the last 2 players of EG. But as they didn't count Som.
Okay, nicely handled in the end.
2 kills in.
Yep.
Still keep the 3 rifles. Not too bad at all.
In the gun round where they're not playing, they have a slight compositional change here for EG, right? They're bringing out an Astra this time around instead of the Omen. And that means that's a big flash that's out of the equation for the Flood retakes that EG is usually known for the turnarounds they've done this season.
Yeah, we'll see how they prioritize ultimates for that, who and how they actually begin to do these retakes. Might be a little bit more reliant off comm in those hits from Ethan once we do see it.
Alright, they buy a hero rifle into this as well. So a little bit of commitment, but this can just be a light armor buy potentially next round, we'll see.
Energy has almost hit every site so far as they go back and forth. Quick dash up. Little Fnatic play for the strat books, and they'll take quick control of C. Or B, rather.
Definitely testing the waters, but it's going to be the Phantoms of EG. Dropping 2 so far. Busto getting knocked through the Nebula.
They have no idea about Som.
Som once again sneaks past. Turns around.
Oh my god.
Quick reactions on that one. Shock darts on the combination.
That's crazy. No, they don't turn this one around though, right? 2v5 into 2v3.
bot.
That duo never fails.
Mate, that was a
to
nut
surprise
shot that
us.
he hit.
A little bit of teamwork there to get another frag down. And they're working 2v3. A man down here and right into the Killjoy utility if they try to exit out towards long.
Yeah, and that said, the retake play for EG is they don't have to worry about a push from Garage to spawn, but as I say that, both Energy players are looking to creep behind the C site. As it stays clear for now, EG comfortable
30
with the
seconds
retake
left.
play. Fault line available, recon dart available.
Oh,
it's gonna be tough for these two
if they go
players
down
of Energy.
long, and they can both go down there. This is so smart. They
play.
clear all of long, and they know they can both go down there because they know they're going against no smoker. So if they can secure long, then they can win the round.
So they've avoided the clear, but now they're going to have to
Because
face 3 in sight.
it's a plant for long.
The firing squad for EG is also coming in with their own utility.
This has become very winnable.
Reflanks coming out from Victor.
standing.
Look, he was looking at that Nano Slurm and the bad timing.
What the?
Calm punishes him for that. It's Crashies on a 3 versus 1. Low HP and immediately dispatched by Calm. EG, they get the first round in their first buy.
Com had such
I got-
a good
chat,
series
I got
here in their
nothing for
first
you.
versus NRG just a week ago. Seeing
I
how they
got
played
absolutely
against
nothing.
each individual
You know how I'm
player,
normally
he was
pretty good
plus
at
10
describing why something
on
happened?
Artist and a
Nothing.
few others
I'm
you just
blank.
would not expect Com to be crushing on. So we'll keep an eye on what he can do. And if any of these 1v1s start to become particular
Jump
for him,
scare, mate.
keep
This
winning.
this felt like a
The
jump scare.
3K
This
on
one.
this, and just watching
Wow,
Boost,
that
you'll
was
get a quick flick on
sick.
the Som.
Enemy
This
remaining.
Whoa.
awareness from Com. He's always been one to
What?
lurk.
Why did that look so
Always
weird?
been one to think
Yeah.
of what could actually be behind his lurk and comes up with a big play on that one. They needed that bonus round, Van Silly, and they get energy now with weapons.
Is that what? Is that why we had the
Default
weird?
fault line off the rip. We may just see that every time from Ethan. to
Is that
put a
why this
stop
looked so weird?
here to what EG or Energy is doing?
And speaking of EG, it's passive plays.
Placing
Playing
swamp grenade.
behind alarm bots. Playing behind utility with a combination from both Jogimo and Boostio here.
Kind of reminds you of what Energy did to Evil Geniuses on Bind. When Energy was on defense, they would always slow
He was activating
EG
Molly.
down, stop them from getting any quick initiation onto site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the second hit now for Energy.
There's that flash
Yeah.
fully blinded as Jogimo, but the crossfire is still pretty good. Artist trying to create some space and it gets pushed away. So does Jogimo from this aftershock. Even Boostio gets pinged from a recon dart, but still stays alive. And with that, there's 45 seconds left. Energy has not gained any ground at all towards the A site, while we still have the alarm bot available for the defenders here of EG.
Blocking vision.
Playing with fire a little bit.
Jogimo doesn't mind dying right here. Running through the smoke,
Gets the
dropping the
spike.
spike.
Now
gets
he's
the
safe from
fade.
heaven. He's safe from heaven.
Ethan will be able to help out from heaven and hell. Boostio comes in for a couple of kills, and look at that, he's still alive, coming back into it.
Oh my
Crashes
gosh.
just got pinged.
This is
But
kind
Fences on that
of
lurk
kind of
does
impressive.
get the headshot onto Calm. Player disadvantage now for Energy with 13 seconds left. An ADS from Demon 1. Leaving now Crashies once again.
Oh, this was an impressive round.
Demon 1 strikes again.
Oh my gosh.
This was really, really
Jogimo
impressive
with a
round.
super heady play. As soon as the lockdown's about to go off, he pops the nebula, gives himself a smoke.
Forces him down to a low buy.
Chances a 1v1, hopefully only a
Oh, this is a
1v1
fast timeout.
towards long, and then has assistance from heaven, like right into his smoke. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Spike.
Yeah, and then they just covered him. Had heaven.
So smart.
Heaven
And then the
angle
up
and
down is just
underneath.
that
It was
is
really
an
smart.
elevation you are not going to be able to trade most times. And Demon 1. Look how aerodynamic he is now.
It's intimidating to watch right now. Game face on, and
Aerodynamic.
already
Damn.
calls out the timeout early from Energy.
God damn. Yeah, this is
This is something we want to look
so
for
maybe a
here
big
for
change up
Energy's
in terms of how
in the playoffs
EG are
for the
playing
VCTs
and something the
Americas.
chat wants to relay to
see
them.
them gel as a unit, as a team.
But he's definitely got
The
something.
fundamentals of the trades are perfect, but not only that, there's consistency in terms of the fragging department. I think Calm for me has been the most consistent player for EG in the past few weeks from both
Absolutely.
utils and kills. But now you combine that with Demon 1, you combine that with Jogmo playing as if he's Harbor inside these nebulas and
Yeah.
still winning these Gulag kills. It's looking pretty good for EG for these first few rounds.
Getting the timeout out of chat for sure. They know that they're doing something right. It's almost a little bit of a confirmation for
Looks
Evil
tired, mate.
Geniuses
Every
here as
coach
they
is
move in.
tired.
Potter definitely getting time to talk to the team.
Especially when it gets to playoffs.
Reassure
Playoffs
them
is
that way that they're
devastating.
moving, how things are working,
It's devastating
going
for your
well.
sleep schedule.
Let Demon 1 pop off. One away from Bladestorm. He looks he's happy to take a pretty aggressive fight here. Hit that up from south, whether it's a kill.
Right, hero gun coming out. There's a good amount of
Low
ults
buy,
for
low
both
armor
teams.
with a Guardian. Hero on finesse this round as they look to get that worked long here.
Wait, they're doing this search
She does
thing
have
again.
ult. So if they can get a plant down, that'll work. But Spike's down for the gunplay here, and Jogamo starts that offensively.
Well,
Very difficult to
that was
do
the
now
hero
for
gun.
NRG under half by. EG has everything on lock, right? Recon dart that they could work towards a main, or even the Allen drone to get that information first. Then you have Demon 1 spotting
Feels
out
like
what
EG
Beast
are
on
pretty
top
good
of B, and then
reads.
a triple setup
And
on
maybe
C-side.
they are just trying to...
So
It feels like
whenever he's trying to
EG...
creep up on any of
And when
these
you have an
angles,
Astra,
it's being
there's
watched
like
and
two things
monitored
that
by
you
the
normally do
rifles
when
that
you
are
attack against an
equipped
Astra.
currently
A lot of the
on the
times
defender
you
side
go
of Evil
aggro over
Geniuses.
towards A really early
Now
on
NRG, they
because you
pull
want them
back
to
that noise.
make them and you
Put the
make them
scale back
use
down
double
towards
star,
series
right?
now.
So within the first
On
10
A side.
seconds they got to use a smoke and then Astra suck.
They avoid a pivotal
And then a lot of
PZ
times
ability
as well,
here, at
you
least
like to hit
once,
C a lot
right?
just
You see
because
Ethan using that fault
Astra's
line right
weak
away,
on
and they might
C
have
for
another
sure.
one, but they get closer to the
So
site where their
looks like
utility
EG
matters more
really
here in this
wanna
low buy
just
round.
make sure
Right before they
early
give
on
the Demon one
that
its
they don't
contact
feel like
play,
they can just
though.
keep hitting C all the time.
And a stinger drive by, even
Just
a
condition them
follow-by
into
out,
shutting
makes it alive
down
at 9
C and
HP.
just be
The
like, this
widest to
is...
He did say he
30
wanted to play
C's
the
on
best
lock, you
playoffs
can't go here.
possible, and it's kicking off things
Looks
very
like it's
well
doing... Looks like it's
for
working
the
well.
young fragger of Demon 1. Crash, he's now picking up the Guardian, 20 seconds left
So
on the
maybe
clock.
with this,
Trying to
NRG
do that
will...
econ damage.
There's a
Here's
few
the
approaches.
rotation away from Ethan.
NRG might
The
literally
boots
just
of the
accept
breach,
that C
combo
is on
spray.
lock,
And
or they
with
might
that
just hit
one,
it again thinking that
recon towards spawn.
EG are going to think that it's on lock, like that it's completely done. Or you might just see them go fast over towards A. That's what I'm expecting. Maybe they just do some slow mid default, but we'll see.
Shutting down NRG. Low by round confidence there. See if
Kinda
they can
geared up to
continue
do a
that.
faster C,
And I
yeah.
was wondering if this would turn into an operator, so that's going to be a drop down or a purchase up here for Demon 1.
This will be interesting, especially with this one
Still gonna have
smoke.
quite a
What's
bit
it going
of
to be?
money
One
around the
smoke,
board.
molly down to
5,900 still
short,
on Jogamo,
and then
so
instant
time to
rotate
play
and
with.
fast C.
Things to push, chances to take here. Jogamo having such a good
That's a nice
game.
stun.
One
And as
enemy
well, the
remaining.
flexibility for the players on Evil Geniuses, we talk about Victor quite a lot as we're actually right into the round here. Seeing Jogamo go from aggressive duelist to smoker as well.
Demon gets
how
his
the team
op
can do that
out.
with
Where are we
Demon
at in
1.
terms of money?
They get a lot of that
EG money's
flexibility
great.
where they need it to get the
Money's
wins.
really, really low for NRG. All the way
One
at the
step
bottom.
forward, jumps out from window.
Playing it dangerous.
His teammate breaking the Allen Jones, trying to get a wall bang with the operator.
Okay,
as
trying to deal with the
a stalemate
Killjoy
back
util.
and forth into garage. Nobody's really gaining that space.
Really seeing the teamwork here from Evil Geniuses. You think Demon 1's in a bad spot, and boom, Observer shows you Boostio is there to trade shots up top and upper part of garage. A good push here by Victor, already gaining some ground. Looks like it will be one of those retakes you talked about, Vansilli, that EG was so
This is nice.
strong
They're
at.
very proactive at the
Can they
moment.
do it if
Demon
they have to
gets-
get there this late, though?
Demon's about to get to this angle.
Because Demon
Full
1 pushed
info,
all
but
the
of
way
course
down
Garage
towards long C, and
has
nobody's rotating towards
been
A because of that alarm bot,
a bit of
or
a question
because
mark.
of
They
the
might clear this one
pressure
as
that
well.
was
We'll
added to
see.
garage. You're still guessing.
I
You
like
don't
this from
know
NRG.
if NRG has
Looks like they
contact
know
into
that they
garage,
like
or
to
they're
play
just walking contact
retake with
into
this
A.
ult.
So a free plant now
Crashies
comes
has
through,
his ult
and
to
it's
deal
gonna
with
have to be
Boostio's
EG to
ult.
play the
Com has
retake.
his ult.
Rolling
Potentially to
Thunder
deal
up
with
now, that retake could
Crashies.
be squashed
Don't know how
outright.
deep they're going to go into
It's
this.
gonna have to be a perfect play here from the side of Evil Geniuses to make their way in.
Already set up. Hunter's Fury on the attack for Crashies to line it up with the lockdown that comes
Yep.
across. We'll have the same thing though for EG if they want to use the Hunter's Fury for the
Ooh.
retake, just waiting for the pulses to come out.
Chat, what did they use on top of that?
Thunder
Killjoy
comes out
molly.
for delays. Greatly done here by Finesse, and here comes the Hunter's Fury coming out from Call.
Killjoy molly or breach damage?
What a
Breach
round.
damage.
Spinning here onto Finesse.
So it only took one
Onto
thing?
Finesse too. Cosmic Divide out on the attack. The retake now.
Here's the flood.
In for
Wow.
EG. Spamming through the smokes. Ethan with the shorty. Now
This time is
Crashies
incredibly
running
low.
that lockdown. Shock darts onto the spike. We have to act quick. And
winding
Ethan just
down.
got shock darted down. And that's going to be the round in for NRG.
Man, that was really sick from NRG. Just wanted to use an aftershock, and then it only takes one hit from the Sova ult, so then you can just focus on them running in. And he had a good angle to deal with it as well.
That's what it is costing them to get through an EG defense right now.
It was very, very nice.
EG kind of let that inside.
Yeah, I
right?
think
They allowed it
that
to happen.
kind- it
They
felt like
knew
that
it was gonna
messed
be
up
a
the
huge
plan,
round
to be
of
honest,
ultimates. Why lose a bunch?
from
They
EG.
played it quite safe and actually got a few few kills that they wanted on the way in and out. So
that makes a lot of sense. Honestly, seeing that, I'm surprised that's the first time we've seen that. It's very smart.
Storm. Still have to deal with Demon 1. He's in, but no one follows. A little bit of a fake, but it's a big fake.
And the smoke again. Misses. But there's a trade right away.
Yeah, they understood how big the round was, right? They used a lot of ults, like you said, breach ult into it as well after
But
that.
that's where Boostio's utility is. Turret will spot it first. Alarm bot, then the Nanostorm for delay. And look at the minimap.
This round here is just a massive 4-on-4. Again, NRG won that round. There's 3 people, though, that with a 1-9 loss bonus can't buy next. And these 2, with a 2-4, can't buy either. So, double flank coming in. Double flank coming in, they might have a bait from short. Or this might be strong.
With evil geniuses. Oh, that's terrifying.
Thankfully, there is some cover. Yeah. But all of this is to make the noise for Demon 1 to get the kill for Finesse on the flank.
Here comes the
Didn't know Ethan.
Victor.
Didn't know Victor, though, on the flank.
Checking lower.
Victor does get the headshot. And that leaves Demon 1 alone here, trying to go head-to-head against Som. But his hat gets popped, leaving only Calm. Does get the wall bang here onto Som, but it's a 2 versus 1 again.
Nicely handled.
Clock ticking down onto
Victor.
that spike. Not too much time to work with for Calm.
Victor saved him in this one. Okay, so he's going to save. He's going to get 1,000 on top of this, so he can drop. And one person's going to have to take a hit.
And just executing a strat right after this huge ultimate round.
Might just have a low buy, we'll see.
And doing a strat where Artis is the only one going in sight. Artis has been a part of the strat every
this is
single
nice
round.
at the moment. I'm liking this.
EG
Looks like
Artis going in. There's
timeout, yeah.
There's got to be garage control. No, the rest of NRG is on the other side of the map for the first time on this strategy, and just able to pick apart EG on the way in.
One enemy.
That was so close in C2. Artis going out trying to give a hug to Jogamo, and then the trade comes in. Yeah, a lot of that chaos caused Evil Geniuses disruption in their first held angles from defense.
Insurance, yeah, it was nice.
To play a flood retake on
They just have plans and protocols for when stuff happens. It's really good.
One thing that's good now for EG, it's not those little quirky trap plays that we're trying to do. We're just really trying to go head-to-head, dueling up against NRG.
Yeah.
There is a lot of success in terms of their first kill.
Is this a timeout for
on this map on defense?
how they're going to approach A?
NRG continues to have very good fundamentals, great players to be able to come in on the clutch too.
Does NRG now want to go C again?
Odin out. Odin for Calm.
What do you think about sending Artists to death every round?
He's usually one of the guys.
I mean, he's making space. That's what you do sometimes. It's kind of your role.
So expect to see this Odin do.
You got to get people out of the choke point.
Stays alive with this relatively low buy. We have some sheriffs coming out for EG as well.
Okay,
looks like they're all
starting to go fast A now. This is what we're talking about in terms of these. Let's see if Astra uses Astra Suck on this extra star. It feels like it. Are we going to stun with it?
And we're just going to try to fight and spray through this potentially with that gravity well.
Everyone used it. That's funny. We had the stun suck on each. So we had a star here. And a star. That was sick. Okay, both Astros are down to 2 stars.
Noise. They're already rotating back, trying to make some more noise towards garage and re-hit on A site.
Right here.
Yeah, but they were both stun. They were both stun locked.
Seeing if they're trying to use finesse and his utility from long range here to kind of bait. Yeah. So they actually take down the turret in mid. Just to toy with somebody, so they have to watch that position.
This is nice. The impressive thing from NRG here is they've managed to claim back all of this without using the drone. So now they can kind of get to this area, or they can get close and they can use drone for wherever they're going to hit, and they can kind of just work out if it's a stack. What's the timing like on this garage push?
Grouped together though for EG, anticipating some sort of B hit because of that turret going down. So their guess is perfect. That's where the spike's going, but they still lose the Guardian from Demon 1. Push. Busio pushing out, but has 3 players.
Oh my god.
Lands one onto Victor. Meanwhile, that A hit continues.
I was not expecting him to wide there, and neither was FNS.
The Odin's still up here for Calm, but he has no recon dart for the wall bangs. So Artist plays on the position.
Okay. God, I thought he got the third as well. I thought he just melted them. Nicely done.
That was nasty.
Oh my god, Finesse is cooking today with the
Yeah,
strategies right
man,
now.
NRG are so good at, like, Sentinels. I always flame them on Haven for not being able to default against a Killjoy. Feels like NRG might be one of the best at it.
From the aftershock and mid to mid pressure frags,
They're always so good at just making sure they clear off and create pressure on the map, around the map. Okay, we're still going over towards A. Is this going to be an Astra suck again? Or is it just a fake? Yeah, just a fake this time. So Astra now has 3, but they disrespected it. So this is kind of mind games again. They used the stun suck on the round before, and that's NRG thinking, well, they're not going to do it again. Let's take a lot of map control. So now potentially the next round they're going to use 2, which means that Astra will then only have 2 stuns.
Repositions now on the left side of sewers. Jump spot coming out on A side, but for NRG, it continues to be a very slow game. Lots of defaulting in the beginning of this round.
EG, low ball round before, pretty much in for this one. You're going to see him use that ult into this. Speaking of ults, mate, NRG have none. Okay, here comes Ethan's ult. That's nice, but NRG literally just doing that to bait it out. Trying to get some timing, but do they expect the double? Well, they do now. I like the plan from NRG, but it looks like it's going to work.
Is it going to be A again, Vansili?
Thomas solo with this Odin. The sprays are coming across and he dodges all of that. 20 seconds left on the clock.
Damn, nicely done. Just straight up in the corner.
16 seconds left now. Ethan does have the aftershock if he wants to delay, but that's all.
Yeah, what a sick plan this was.
To come out to get the kill. We talked about so many different moments at the beginning of this game that EG did so well against these duels.
There was just so much thought that went into this one. There really was. So, round before, like we said, so he knew, or at least he thought that they weren't going to be doing a combo because they did it the round before. Felt like they conditioned them not to go fast over towards A. They just disrespect that. They go straight over towards A. Called the bluff on the smoke in terms of it being a smoke and not a suck. Then they can see that they have a breach ult, and a lot of times when EG have a breach ult, they will just play kind of retake B, whether it's a breach ult here or here or here. Tap the spike, get instantly out of there, wait for the reaction. Then we have double lurk reaction over towards A that they've set up originally. It's like this whole plan, this whole round was like so much thought behind it. It was sick.
So they can take chances in these rounds if they want. You know they'll have full
EG nearly did great though.
And with Victor right next to an ultimate, we may just see orb focus.
Enemy down.
Just clearing. Doesn't even matter whether he's on the duelist or a sentinel.
The most consistent player on NRG. They have loads. That's the thing. Like, how do you honestly decide between these 3 in terms of consistency?
Demon One's operator, eyes on it. It's been alive for a while.
Like you can say all 3 of these, and I'd agree with you.
The return on some kills
like
here.
Victor, Crashies, and some.
Another new look from NRG.
Fall line to dash across. Jogging mode trying to swing out. Able to at least trade that out. Avenge his teammates. Still pressure moving out from NRG on a split to C. Playing in front of the platform behind his Nebula.
I like a lot of these that EG do. Both of their Astra stars, here and here, they overlap, so you can hide here and here. Oh, nice shots.
Finesse looking for his opportunity to strike back, and he does. Demon 1 on our flank behind with the operator. There's that ROI you want it, Riv.
Yep.
2v1 now.
Back up, just trying to predict it.
No, stun didn't go far enough.
That was such an important kill coming out from Demon 1, an important investment because he didn't have any Blade Storms in this round. Should they have lost that?
Just tap the stun there.
EG's second gun round of the map, if you will, because Demon 1 had
considering they lost pistols, they're doing alright.
Trying to pull that one through, but you see how much they're struggling on these. Nice. It takes a 3K from Jogamo. It takes a little bit of star power each time. As you get the full house, Jogamo's over Demon 1's there. In the 3-2.
It's a really good tactical game from NRG, mate. It always is with NRG. There's always just layers on layers.
Everybody has to be playing
so much thought.
Artist straight to lower. Start things off again. NRG's going fast.
My ultimate is ready.
Lucio gets it.
EG's been reading it. They want to fight against this lockdown.
Here we go.
That was ready for energy at the beginning of the round. Victor down to 30 HP, lets it down. And there's Demon One pushing through. Not afraid to push right back out. Now at long. Aiming on the sight. The jump speed. He lands it onto Finesse when
Damn.
the first one misses.
Tried to get the molly and Ethan covers him as well, and he dashes out. Oh, boss. 1v4. Okay. We're gonna try and build it up, but it's too fast. I tell you what, I'm impressed. They're doing alright.
Like, where did this come from in the last 2 rounds? Even
Yeah, they're doing real good.
Says no, don't even get close to planting, and if you do, we're taking you.
NRG
out.
in a good position with this one. 3 ults
Absolutely
though.
Shot down. Teamwork again. This is a bit of what we saw from EG in the first few rounds. Sinking back.
Prediction? I still have. I mean, I still definitely predict NRG to win this, but
priority there. And a big
it's
smile from
like.
Coach Potter, as it looks to be a
It's like one of those
6-6
games at the
first
moment
half
that's
of EG's momentum, but they're
looking
battling
doable
against
for
3
sure.
big ultimates here for the
Might
side
get
of
it
NRG.
close. Might be able to clinch a map.
And this
At least
A
this
fight
map.
comes into play once again, at least for NRG.
Recon goes in.
An artist is going to be the lead. It's been wild.
Again,
how
Recon
well the
and
NRG has
just util in the
transitioned. Just
corner that
artists
can't get
diving
shot.
in. They're split
Right,
gaming.
unless they're past this
Artists
point,
in,
it's
but
just everything
Victor
on these
behind
maps. You
that
see it
and
in Lotus
assistance
over
over the
towards A.
shoulder
We
of
saw it
Artist
today
to bear the weight of that
from
initiation. Here, Artist is
someone
just
from
handling
Liquid,
these
I think,
himself, and
or
maybe
Lotus. I
so
can't remember.
again
Maybe it was Vitality.
on the A site. Actually, they're gonna
Yeah,
fake
Recon
this one.
or
They're gonna
I in
send
these kind of
Artist in,
corners is
and
everything.
it's gonna be a fake
All
to
goes in,
see.
all combos for them to get over
Silly.
towards site.
These
If
strats
Crashy's
are
plants,
so
he
well
gets his
cooked here by
ult.
Finesse.
And I'm not even looking at the minimap. It was all to bait out the Killjoy ult, and they want a fast retake with this. And they call the bluff nice and early. It is all up to Demon.
He's aware.
Headshot, clout, around and available.
Oh, that's
Dashes
unlucky
away,
from him.
pops out the blades.
Plays his life.
Does get the second one too. He's
What
done
a
his
monster,
job late
man.
enough. There's a rotate, but Finesse is cutting that rotation. Lands
Yeah, they
one
know there's
onto
only one on
Crucio.
site though. This guy's
Flooding
getting
back
flooded.
into the side is Sam, all alone here after the plant. Headshotted by Jogimo. It's up to Finesse. Up through the smoke.
Really good.
And EG
Again, love the plan from NRG. Everything was around doing this. But it felt like after that other round where they tapped here, they always seem to have a plan on the ults that they use. So I like this from EG, keeping Demon over towards C. He just did not step, he did not overthink this. Also, they cleared the information fast.
A rolling thunder with that. EG predicts that they would. Demon One anchors.
This was pretty cool. There was a lot of just fought behind both sides, really.
Absolutely huge.
Some good mind games going on.
Energy. Sink them down to the depths.
And with that, EG's Jogimo has changed things up this stage, shifting over to a controller role on some maps. Earlier, we spoke with him about the transition. And I think it's not only on agent changes, not for EG, but it's also understanding the playstyle coming out here from NRG. They've done a great job.
yeah.
We've mentioned it before on these lockdowns, but their forward positions, fighting in these smokes, understanding the dash is coming out.
Best
from
controller
Marcus
main in all the
to at least
regions.
capitalize
Oh,
on
man.
a first blood, and it
I
comes
don't even
down
know.
to the rest.
It's like Maka from
Energy
Pacific and then
basically
everything
win a
else is
full
up for
squad.
grabs.
It's been a story for a bit. But the summary of this first half also for EG is winning only like what 3 gun rounds.
If you look
and
at
still making 6-6.
last year,
It
you're
makes this very
saying
challenging
Marved.
for NRG's attack half. Now it's a chance rather for EG.
It's all changed, I guess.
Yeah.
But he also hasn't had a lot of time to prove
Can they
himself
get pistol?
in like
Without
a
getting
stable
pistol,
team.
They did show us
That's
the
fair.
6-6 first half. They bring Haven into the mix for a map. We mentioned before, we saw Lotus from them again recently, feeling more comfortable. They allowed NRG, their bind, which actually got very close until we saw NRG take over. But here
in the EMEA, I mean, a lot of the IGLs play smokes in EMEA, so there's not someone that sticks out too much. Maybe Atta,
Artist prevented from getting some vision,
but I'm not sure.
He knows there's friends on the other side from sewers here. This is a stack by NRG on that left side of the map, so Artist is trying to get
Thing is, they
say, hey,
switch it up a good amount.
Over here.
And Demon One's on Wraith Boss. So he's looking at dash in now, has a Frenzy and armor. Cloudburst to dash through first. And
definitely not as easy as the Pacific answer. Alright, fast retake coming in. Recon's gonna go. They're all gonna send it. Wait, where did the Recon disappear? Oh, it's still here. Oh, they changed up the Recon.
But Demon One's trying to hold his ground. There's the long range. Runs out of bullets. Dashes away. And that runs enough time here for Joggermo to try to clutch a 2 versus 1. Hiding inside the Nebula at 15 HP. Crash is also very low. But it's once again that dynamic duo.
Okay, nicely handled.
Right back for NRG for another pistol round.
Double pistols now for NRG to try and seal the deal on Haven. A map that's consistently banned away from them if it's not the bind as well.
This was nice, and the one thing that I liked here a lot is Crashies was ready to do the normal recon that goes into this corner, and then something happened, some kind of call happened, and he decided to go up here and ping it on this wall, and managed to get double ping off it. So yeah, that kind of change up and that call was massive, really.
And we might get a long C push here so they can get
Artist with the deagle, yeah.
All right, Marshall up for Artist. He's going to be on box to get some shots. So actually, never mind.
It's a big buy to make sure that they just win this. Right, no rifles. That's straight on his face.
Between the eyes. Falling back for a bit now as EG are scaling back up. This time towards B. Victor to solo hold, but has all the utility around him to help. Breaking the turret to start things off is EG, and I mean, it comes down to some very basic stuff now. Rescaling across the map, trying to punish some players.
That should do damage, just like one.
To any single one of these fakes coming out from EG so far.
The 1 minute just to find this Killjoy utility.
Okay, that's nice though.
The hit towards A still looks good. What a snap from the Stinger on Finesse.
Yeah. Did his job. Traded off by Ethan. Frenzy still out of
reactive
reach.
push over towards middle.
Prevent that from happening. Already a double push for the flank. This is not looking good for EG. But I forgot it's Boostio still with the Sheriff.
Hello, boss.
And now it's not Shag. There's 1, 2, and 3. Easy kills there.
Check your corner after that one. Nicely done from Victor.
That's not the greatest person if you're Evil Geniuses to be given the kills to. Lockdown is very close. EG wanting to be able to get a bonus round in here, and they may be forced to just get denied due to an early ultimate. Oh.
This is just deja vu from Split.
It is. Yep. The map is controlled. Hey, Victor, you might get a swarm of people coming. No worries, I got this.
Yep. I don't need a showstopper. I got everything.
One of the worst bonuses we've seen for a while in terms of guns against EG's full buy. But that's kind of expected when you see the buy that NRG had.
And EG comes out with weapons this round.
They set one person up.
Demon 1.
This is actually looking great though. Although the guns aren't hit, the numbers are.
Finding a lot more of that Killjoy utility once again. So the in and the out, playing a little precedence from last round.
A double push down the hole and a combination, allowing NRG to get the 2 kills. But the wall back comes back from Calm. Flashback, but the spikes down.
So EG here wanted to go a little bit. So basically, EG really wanted to default and they wanted to kill the alarm bot. And then I'm pretty sure they recognized the setup and they then wanted to try and take the turret because they were going to go out and then they stuck around.
Now the alarm bot. It's popped, so I feel that
then they wanted to go a little bit forward, but they got stuck by the stun. That's a nice bait though.
Big trade off. Here's the footsteps from Artist from behind. Recon dart off Garage and pulls back to allow the player advantage to happen on a long play.
See what kind of shots Artist can make here. The Sheriff or Stinger? You stick with the Sheriff all day. All day. So moving this up, EG will be able to grab their first round. A lot of damage done by NRG here, which will cause the rebuy for EG. We just talked about how much money, or rather credits, that NRG was amassing. So win or lose this round, we see them coming in with a buy here. EG might get reset once again. So it's very important for EG to do a lot of damage on next round, even if they don't win. This one goes up 8-7 now, as Evil Geniuses are able to repeat what happened first half.
Right.
First two off pistol, or first one, I should say, after pistol, and then the bonus round back in their favor.
One enemy remaining.
NRG out that bonus round. We're doing pretty good here on these trap plays.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I like to commend both of these teams so far in Haven. They've been very
Riv watches a
static
lot.
in terms of how they're rotating their players across these maps. Adapting quite well, but when it comes down to these post-plan situations, it definitely did come out more in favor of NRG on their attack.
Let's go straight into the...
CG could do the same thing now that they have their own attack side. Jogamo only with a shorty into this round. I want to work with these stars to help out the team.
What's going on? What's going on here?
Just looking to get shot by Artis as operator.
I'm so confused.
There's
a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
Is there. Late Storm now picked up by Demon 1. I wonder if he'll meet up here with Jogamo to give him that.
I think
Vandals.
Jogamo. I think this is.
There it is.
Yeah. Okay. This was intentional. This was to get the orb and do this. This I don't think is intentional.
It's wild. The feeling if you're Demon 1 right now is you're basically trying to contact an operator and have a better dagger.
Ooh.
Luckily, he's not going to find that.
But I guess
a little bit of comms coming
you're saying that he dropped the op so that... Okay, so it is intentional. It's all intentional. It's all good. Everything's all good.
Jiggle P came out from Crashies. A Rotate came out now from Finesse from the A-Link.
They just heavy prioritize the... I'll tell you what, though. In terms of what we're seeing right here, 100 Thieves need someone like Som. They need someone to do stuff like this. Take the hit of no armor to get cryo and op. Just saying.
Probably have to try to commit into this.
Oh,
it's gonna get so bloody towards the end. Kama's trying to get a timing to block.
And he's saving his teammates at the same time.
This might be a little bit too late now for EG.
they want in.
Running in now, 10 seconds left on the clock. And the crossfires are just too perfect for NRG. I mean, what else can you do? The lockdown was perfect for the rotate.
Energy never fully committed. Long A was pushed most of the round. You have that operator rotating back and forth without seeing too much, and they just did not have to budge, knowing that lockdown.
And they
was
force
up
into
so
this.
early.
Okay,
Victor's
it's pretty much all on
kills,
this. They force into it.
giving them such a
Feels
big
like
priority. Ultimate. It's just not really
this is
fair.
huge, and it's
But
I mean,
EG did
sure.
around the map. And EG
Win
moved
it back,
themselves in the
reset,
pressure cooker there. It's too
reset
hard
their
to get that strat
loss
result.
bonus.
So now mid-work. See who's going to get early pressure. I don't think they threw the fault line just yet, but they were actually looking for a little
They're
bit of
real
activation,
close to a lot of
which you saw
ults.
Som and
2
Mass
away,
playing
so 3 of
towards mid
them.
to start things off.
Interesting too for EG. It's a force buy into this round. Vandals, Stinger, and a Sheriff buying all the way down to 0 while
This is good. They set up
economy's
one
still
over
pretty healthy
towards
now
A.
for NRG.
Recon was used to clear this. Sorry, drone was used to clear
Finesse
this.
seems to be in these perfect positions every time. The fault line right back, not allowing EG to gain ground.
Man, they've been denied garage control.
30 seconds here puts them pretty late into the round if they want to wait for Ethan's signature here on that fault line. So I think they go off a flash. I think they go off a fake. Yeah. Oh, ready for the counter fault line.
That baited out a lot.
It baited out a lot. Yeah, I got the recon and it got the stun out of them.
Well done for Ethan. The split comes back now towards C site.
They
This
just
is,
saw Artis on
this
drone
is a
long too.
decent
They
round.
want C.
Aftershock
Oh,
allows for them to move forward. It's up to Victor, stunned by the fault line. Flash coming out, the flood comes through from NRG, and the fight now comes in. Recon right inside the smoke, but it's still EG with a 2 first. He'll make that even the 3rd in the round.
There's some really good attack runs going on at the moment.
Answers back now onto Ethan. Spike Pipe now comes down, another Nebula comes out. That'd be very difficult now for NRG to play the retake. I mean, look at Artis' position.
Yeah.
Artis saving his operator.
Ooh.
And a clean take now for EG allows for them to get the round. But Karma is still looking to make this expensive. With the stinger that he has in his hands. Now creeping up towards the A site.
Yeah, doesn't want to save this
is one of
gun,
the
might as well.
best case scenarios
It's a
here. I mean,
very good
keeping
round
even
from
would be
EG.
better,
This was
but
really, really
this
cool
was
as well.
Evil Geniuses on
The
a
whole
low buy,
one
and
man
then
bait over towards
full
B that got the
round loss
stun
money,
and
which
got the
still
recon
doesn't
out of
give them
them.
too much of a good buy.
That
So
was
being able to win this
really
round
sick.
as
And then
low
just
on
straight up
credits
hit
as
over
they are
towards C.
is
And then when they were
huge.
going in,
Could have really
Dash
just swung
goes
in
in and
Energy's
then
favor
stun
here
off
for
the
the
info.
side
Maybe
of
even the
Haven.
stun was before it. I'm not
Two
entirely
members of
sure.
Energy, though, staying alive. That operator still available. And
He's fine with that. He kind of wanted that.
But I kind of future cursed him. That drone peek
It's
onto
fine.
Artist so late in the round really helped them
He
to
was in
avoid
for
the
it.
operator that could have shut them down. EG wants to play a little faster. Ops are great at shutting down quick play. You're trying
Crashes
to
gets his ult from that.
Into
Oh,
a
okay.
site. Okay, playing into the molly. Like that Bustio aggression coming out to take this round. Timeout for NRG.
Mod spam, mods are out spam. Let him be. It's important
Great
info. Come on,
opportunity
chat.
too to figure out what we could do as ending the round. We didn't have too much.
Like how
time
give
to work
Doombros it. He does come out with some
He might have
bangers.
to go for a small shield vandal. But yeah, as we're singing his praises, he was trying to find that timing on the lurk for these kills, but unfortunately his pathing couldn't really go head-to-head against nor Crashies or Artists.
Yeah.
But a very important swing round coming across. The economy seems to be fairly low for both of these teams, while we have a couple of ultimates available as well.
And Van Silly, it seems like those ultimates are being used mostly in the fakes. As usually we see them for the initiation or the counter, which have been sprinkled in there. But 2 times, actually just the one Rolling Thunder here from Energy, and then a big fake with Artist the other site. But we see the lockdown fakes coming out as well.
NRG seemed to have
Team
turned it
one
around
dashing
finally.
with Bladestorm to fake
Doombros, what did
Torpe,
you think
team
of
goes the other
Artist
way.
on Killjoy?
Yeah, lots of fakes. With
Did you feel
ultimates
like you
coming out, so EG
you
may
missed
try to
out
do one of those and
from
throw
doing that
something
one?
into the mix here? You have to be careful with the lockdown that will trigger the Hunter's Fury from Crashies. So one known going into this round if that ult is
Had
used.
to.
How does EG play around it is what they're looking at.
That's a loaded question.
Honestly, if they can find where Crashies is and pressure that Hunter's Fury, it might be big.
There's definitely a lot of pressure on mid. The fault line came out from Finesse. We're funneling players towards C
Shot him.
to
Artist
allow
hit.
here Artist to push down.
Nowhere to run!
Now the Hunter's Fury comes out though. That is from Calm on the attack, trying to clear out the A side. Does get a ping onto Crashies.
I mean, he hit him.
But all this.
Chat, this was off the
rotate out
drone,
from
right?
Energy.
Or and he
EG
saw
still
him, but he
holding
didn't
towards
tag.
the spawn. 'Cause remember, there was some pressure in front of
Yeah.
B before.
I think
Crashies
that's what
fancy
happened.
feet there. That's so big. Now the lockdown does not mean as much. Evil Geniuses have to figure out how this pressure again works.
C
Few
hit
mollies
at the
set up if
moment,
they do wanna get to
looking
site.
great.
Love the
Looking like a
pre-mollies
good
getting in
idea.
there.
Boostio has his ult when they get over
Right, look at
towards
this
site.
beautiful
Crashies has his ult to
execution.
cancel it. If
It's a great
FNS
read
gets a
too.
kill,
There's a ping
he has
coming
his
out
ult. Same
from
for
the
Som as
Hunter's
well.
Fury
So there's a
from
lot
Calm.
going on. Same for
It
Ethan
spotted
if Ethan gets the
Crashies, and
plants
he
while
has
his
his
spike
own
got
Hunter's Fury
dropped.
across the A site, so they're trying to get this
Killjoy
play with the
goes in.
lockdown.
There it is.
Oh,
But Victor still spans the
Damn.
cross, gets a second one. My God, this guy's insane.
ah,
Player disadvantage now for
Sure.
Evil Geniuses.
30 seconds left.
Demon 1 and Jogimo are 2 fraggers for
Whoa.
AG as they lose 1 in the process, leaving Jogimo in the
Whoa.
clutch. 2 more to go. 20 seconds left on the clock. Spike now picked up.
whoa.
Recalling the smoke, leading back out.
Oh man.
The Crashies had the off angle.
If
and
he got his
NRG
gun
wins
up
the
there,
fight
maybe.
again.
Victor, Crashies, Victor. Oh my gosh.
It's,
And the ult battles again
unbelievable
throughout
recon.
this round. Van Silly, one of the things about this game that's been amazing is the observers are catching these aggressive plays. We saw Bustio running through his utility there.
Look at it.
Victor standing
Gets him the
within
double.
lockdown,
I mean, gets him
trying
the
to get this
triple
play to
kind of,
happen.
because then he's pre-aiming
It's
there
not
for the third.
first time
I mean, the
already.
second
We
was
saw
impressive.
Demon 1 trying to hit shots through fault lines. Everybody is pushing themselves to the max in playoffs here, and it's given us some fantastic play from the teams as well as the players individually.
This time a timeout coming out. Should be here from EG, I'm assuming, from how well NRG's been playing their defense. And yeah, it comes down to the storyline.
Right,
of
and
how they're
this
not
is
afraid
the
to just
last
fight
timeout.
into the sites. We've mentioned before
Last
for EG's
timeout of the
defensive
game.
half was trying to go head-to-head, toe-to-toe against Artists. Clean up that first kill, but they always get traded off and lose here on the defensive half. The thing is, for NRG, there's good utility, good deniability, and they flood into sites to not allow EG to get plants. That's been the story so far in the second half.
Less overtime?
EG
Alright, I
so
like your
far,
thinking.
it doesn't really look like they have an answer into the mid-round.
It's gonna have to be a bit of a masterclass for EG to do that, especially do the two nil in terms of pistols really means that this is just a nightmare. We go into this round, they both got Mimic ults, and Artist gets his op out, and they want to go see who's
get a little bit of that post plant defense up, but it's getting to that post plant. The plant denial from NRG has just been so strong. Can it be this gun round that counts here for NRG to keep EG down? A little bit of a buy from Demon 1, but they really don't have anyone to
tell you what though,
and assist with his bulldog there.
Not too bad. If they didn't have this that instant gave them information that this is a fake, kind of like the idea from EG.
And look at that. Another one of those recon dart information coming through.
They got the planet, and they got nothing from that ult really.
And NRG's already inside B site. Plan at least has come down.
I'm not saying that they're gonna win, but that's kind of they're kind of gonna take this. They're gonna take this. 3 ults.
It's gonna get to half at least.
Rolling Thunder needs to come out right now.
Oh god.
And as he turns around, Som does get the kill.
I was not expecting
and there you go, you just stick the defuse right after.
I was not expecting that.
Oh, to the kneecap.
Who other than Som to get
I
that
did
one?
not think that Ethan was going to use his ult into this one. I think that was a mistake.
NRG 11.
I felt like it was already a win.
Like
it felt like it was already such a big win.
EG does get it down, but we see what they paid for it on that low buy round and what they had to use to do so. See once again.
Variable removed.
NRG is actually giving up quite a bit of space here on these rounds too. It's just where they're hiding.
Hairy Monster 43, what's up, dude? Welcome in. Thank you for using your Prime on me. And welcome into the Slug Club, mate. Thanks for doing that.
Destroy that puzzle.
Appreciate you. Shocks missed this, dude.
Sorry, good placement.
Wait, do they double up? Do they double up the shock because the normal shock normally doesn't hit the alarm bot that's like slightly to the left of this? And they double up the shock in the same place just because it needs to do more.
Hardly any contact play.
It needs to do more damage, but the alarm bot's like real tucked. So a lot of time this is like ever so slightly to the left. Because it doubled. He doubled in the same place, right?
There it is, fighting in the util again, but EG comes up big with 3.
The Kid Wave, what's up, dude, with the Prime? Thank you, thank you.
Winning against the operator of Artisan. Blink of an eye.
Welcome into the Slug Club, the Kid Wave. Appreciate you doing that. Yeah, they get info, they instantly get out of there.
Just gonna run across util now being used up. Ethan trying to cut the rotation across. It's about to be a head-to-head.
Each one step.
Friends going head
And on top of this one, Tron 42392. What's up, dude? Welcome. 2 months in the Slug Club. Thank you for your support as well. Thanks for doing that. Thank you very much. Graphage as well, getting involved with another gifted from him. Thank you so much. Over towards Striff. Striff, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. I don't know what would Doom Bros. What did I say? What did Doom Bros say?
Look at this push going through. And then kills it B.
I get why they put Killjoy, why they put Artist Killjoy on Ascent if they wanted him to play like Chamber on this map.
Out of the sights if it's not Artist
yeah,
it's
I get it. Yeah, I kind of get it. I mean, and it was also just like a cover up, right? It's like what you all do.
That's once again.
And I know that Artist would literally, because Artist did this in G2, where he just said, "I'll just play whatever you want me to play," and I know he will say that sometimes.
Look at this position here. It's an alarm bot inside the nebula. Nanoswarm being pricked up. It's a.
And then he'll end up on Sova for the rest of the year.
Biggest trap play you could see now.
This is a hard predict that it would be A, and we haven't seen a big A from Evil Geniuses yet, just flying into sight, right? Maybe it's Demon 1, but
Navi doesn't hide that they have 6 different lights comps. I mean, honestly, they are the kings that just making a comp in probably like one day and practicing it and getting it good enough. Sometimes the crack shows, though. We'll say that.
Geniuses are plotting. What are they?
It'll be interesting to see what they go for tomorrow.
Actually drawing these rounds down quite a bit.
Right. we'll focus in on this one. NRG money is very low. Nice trap play, but instant reaction over towards C. In terms of this, we have no ults to retake. The one thing I'm going to highlight is this recon because they keep getting wrecked by it.
They're going to be rushing in to see if this star messes them up if they try to get this plant down. Should be good.
The use, Artist watching and being careful for the flank. Jogimo being a little bit too antsy. Up to the fraggers inside the C site. Double flank coming out from Garage. And with working out, Ethan's holding his ground in front of C.
Freiburg.
Answered back by Sam.
It was a real Freiburg straight up commit with it.
To Artist, 2 cloud bursts available to tap onto the spike.
Oh man, that creates so much pressure.
In another clutch situation. The 1v1.
Whoa.
The dash away, and Calm is low on HP, and so is Artist. A second attempt, a second life, a second tap. And a recon that comes out, 7 HP once again. Running across, gets pinged out. And Calm is doing his
Oh my
job,
god, does he?
well. Will Artist have enough time?
It looks like it. Don't cut the wrong wire, Artist! He's got it.
Holy.
Artist comes up with the round. And I bet he's feeling good about that. I mentioned it earlier.
It's
but
close.
Calm
That one was
plus
close.
10 on Artist the last time EG met up against NRG. Plus 10.
Yep.
That's farming a guy. Not this time. Artist shuts down that farm.
Man,
And he comes
that
out
was a
big
CS
with a
duel.
clutch
It
and
really
defuse
was.
For the team.
The double spray commit by
EG's been
everyone.
getting a little closer on destroying NRG's plant denial stat, but NRG still coming up with the defuse to deny the post plants.
Bishuav.
Okay.
Dude, how do I say your name?
12
Bishuav?
now.
I think.
Point for our first
Bishuav,
map
what's
of
up,
Haven.
dude? Welcome into the
Splits next, we get
Slug
that
Club.
rematch.
Thanks for using your prime on me.
But right now, EG's trying to
This
pick
is
up
bold.
three to bring it to OT.
This is real
Oh
bold.
my gosh. Who just missed?
Trying to get it through
Wow,
the smoke, runs
no
away.
one else spams
Rolling
that?
Thunder
Just
available
one?
here as EG setting up,
Got
and
one
there it goes.
spammer?
Gets unleashed. Dash away. Players are getting
Did
pinged,
he-
players are getting
yeah.
hit. And it's Demon 1 with the first blood once again. Finesse
Demon 1?
denied by Demon 1 one more time.
With the
Artist at least
prime
made
as
it
well.
alive,
Thank you so much
but
for
it's
doing
not
that,
gonna be
mate.
looking
Thanks
good
for that.
NRG's retake.
Welcome into the Slug Club.
Even if they had 5, we just saw
Okay,
EG
3
win a
chances.
3v5
3 chances to
post
close
plan. Or
this
no, sorry,
one.
that went to NRG. I'm just
It
getting
goes down to
excited
2. NRG want nothing to do with it.
It is quite
Perfect for the
intense.
money.
Getting
Means
too
that
excited.
EG can buy for the rest of this. Doesn't matter who goes down in
one's
their rounds, in
safe
their
to say.
attempts.
EG gets 10.
And
Quick buys.
they just got reset 1-9. So
Hashi's 550 for Finesse. We may have to see some
I'm so
drops coming
fine for
in
EG
even.
to hunt this.
Those
I
are low
think
buys for
I'd
energy.
commit everyone.
They're hunting for this. Even though they're low on the economy for EG. Even lower our energy.
Big kill.
Watch out for that one.
Yeah, it really is.
But
Every
main
kill at the
goal
moment is
getting rid of
massive.
the operator from the hands of Artists.
Can they find it?
It's going to be difficult. Victor does have all that utility coming out on Garage and B site. Nonetheless, though,
Okay,
as you mentioned, the round still comes
Super
in for
Fire
energy.
Pizza with the Prime.
2 away.
Welcome.
2 more
Thank you for doing that
chances
as well.
here for
What's
Energy
up,
to
Primers?
close
Loving
this
this.
one
Thanks
out.
very
Yeah,
much.
that money is
Thank you for doing that. Welcome into the Slug Club. And Ghosty and Co. with the Prime as well. Welcome into the Slug Club. Thank you, both of you. Thanks for using your Primes.
There are times when you can call on him and he will absolutely
3
answer.
chances
And
into 2.
believe it
I
or
love
not,
this little
Demon
I love
1
this
came
little
in
hit.
with
Again,
EG
this is an
on their
absolute
full
nightmare. Mate,
map
especially as I've been
of the
playing
stage.
ranked
He
so
has just
like well, I
been
say
since
playing
then,
ranked
too.
so
He
much. I
said,
played
"Oh,
for
yeah,
literally
Demon
1
1, that
day.
looked pretty good."
But
Looking
when you
back
have
since,
jets that don't
has not
actually
stopped
dash
that
in,
upward swing.
it's
And today,
so tilting. So love this, love the dash into the smoke. With the dash, they check the corner, comes up on it, and then they just double swing. No matter what happens, they get in the trade.
this is a good
So
recon dart now positioning
love that.
Artists into still a passive angle.
Expert in ranked, mate. I'm gonna start pointing out the more of his stuff just so that it, just because I'm gonna take my frustration of the ranked out with comments.
Early advantage for Energy. 4 more to go to win the map.
They've been doing so well at avoiding
Mate, what was that
this
map? I tried to
operator.
erase it from my head.
Finally finds a piece.
Oh, it was
And he goes
split.
ahead
Man,
and
that
repositions
that
a little
dude,
bit towards that long.
that dude on split.
He gets hit. This
was
will be a call from
outrageous.
Finesse just to slow everything down. A lockdown will give everybody a moment to breathe, but again, a fake coming in with these ultimates.
I'm entering
They
with
don't hit B.
chamber.
They're using this to spread what that C take can be.
But it's still util, and players now in C site for the crossfire. 40 seconds left on the clock. EG's pulling
Yeah.
back towards B.
Pivot
Still
over
the
towards B
alarm
actually might work.
They go back.
Give that
The
information
problem
out.
is Astra all is here, so they have to fight site heavy. They know about that. The calls come in, they all play on the
Still a
site.
flash available.
It's really good.
Player disadvantage.
Whoa,
Jogimo in
relax
an
yourself.
important position.
Oh, Oh,
Have to come up huge here. Alarmbot's gonna get some information right there, allowing this
guns are
push
down.
on a C-Link to work. 3-on-3 now as Som fights back with the stinger.
One enemy remaining.
Just holding his
Ethan.
ground towards the B site. Som solo. Picks up now a Vandal. A Star in the front. Jogamo just waiting behind it. It's the gravity well. Just running that clock down. Looking for the recon dart too.
damn, really nicely done, Ethan. Ethan's always been like the rock in this team. Relatively quiet in this one, but that was huge. He's had a few rounds actually in the past, like 3 that he's done. He's done great.
Right now.
3 chances down to that one last chance in terms of their money in the bin. Artist might have to chuck this gun over.
And Demon 1 stepped up for a few of these.
Get the judge out.
We've seen coming through. Ethan there very
Get the
big
double
on
judge
that
out.
round to stave off that B
Oh
take
man,
from the
double
A
judge has
connector.
2. The win rate of double judge
Now
though.
Demon 1 controls the operator.
And putting that out into
We
the
see
open, it's
power change
outrageous.
hands. It's going to be a push down, possible long C, a bit of protection there from Som as Artist wants to get down. Blade storms up, and Artist wants to be the X factor on a possible final point.
Fault line.
They're expecting him.
Just to try to push Artis away. But once again, that's not Energy biting to any type of pressure that's coming out from EG. Still holding their ground. Why? We got judges playing close range, trying to do as much damage as possible now.
Revealing area.
Crashies will
Oh, they
try to
can
get a little
time
bit
it.
of information.
They're going to walk contact and he's going to be
EG are
jiggling
just
like
waiting
this.
to scale
What's the
back
chance
up as soon
that
as
Demon
that
hits this
recon dart
shot?
dissipates. Jiggle peek coming out from Crashies.
Oh,
Just saw
slug
Demon 1,
peek.
so he falls back.
Actual slug peek.
It's up to Finesse in his
Crashy
position
sees it, gets
if
the info.
EG decides to move down towards sewers. Alan Drone to answer back. 45 seconds left, man. Another one of these rounds where EG is going to take it down to the wire.
We saw them overcook one on split where they couldn't even get themselves into sight when these two were playing here. They give each other so much trouble when they're trying to get the sights, whether it's one or the other side.
Keep an eye on the
Operator
time.
dropped off the map so
33
it can't be picked up
seconds.
in any
30
way,
seconds
shape, or form.
Surely
here.
no one
EG's
goes
gonna
short.
Go for the pressure cooker onto A. Energy is waiting.
And it's red by Energy. Stars already coming down. Recon Artist with the blades onto Ethan. But
Oh, they
flood
get the
coming
judge
back
in
up,
pause.
15 seconds left.
The
4 players
judge
of
might be in a
Energy
good
inside
pause
the
here.
A side. More
Can they kill the
daggers
short
missing
guy?
out from Artist. Demon 1
Keep an
waiting
eye on the
for
time.
cloudburst to dissipate, but trades continue to come out towards
10
sewers.
seconds to plant.
Advantage coming out for Energy. There's only 5 seconds left. Planted
It's done.
Through it works out. Energy's gonna get this victory.
Damn, nicely done from NRG. Victor, once again, he's been an absolute hero every single time, isn't he?
First map.
Nicely done. A little bit slow on that one.